So today we are going to be making Easter treats bags, and it's bunny treats bags. So you'll be getting this pattern off of my page at isewithjoy.com. You will also need a piece of fabric and a coordinating piece. In addition to that, you'll need a piece of ribbon. I don't know about you, but I tend to hold on to ribbon when it comes with gifts, so you don't need to go out and buy something else. I did use some sewing clips, so you do need some of these sewing clips. But if you're more comfortable with pins, that's also an option. You'll need a marking pen. And I have this cotton puff that I'm going to be using for the back end. So let's go ahead and get started. And last but not the least, because you absolutely do need it, a good pair of scissors. These are Geiger 8-inch scissors, and I've had this for years. They work great. They're perfect for me. So if you're a beginner sewist, please, this is one you want. And it also comes with a case that helps as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that aside, and then now we're going to go ahead and cut our pieces of fabric. Now that I have my pieces of fabric, I'm going to be making 2 bags, which is why I had 4 pieces altogether. But this is what you're going to need to do. So you're going to take each piece and fold it in half. So it was half when you put the pattern on here. You're going to take this, fold it in half, and do the same thing here. And then for each of these, I just going to use your sewing clips and go ahead and clip them so that they stay in place. And you'll do the same thing on this other end. Now, the only thing you need to do right now is sew this down, and then when you're done sewing it down both ways, you're going to open this up a little bit. Yeah, if I can open it. And then you're going to sew it this way. So I'll show you how to do that, and we'll do the same thing on both pieces. So now you're turning it inside out, and you're going to repeat the same thing with the printed piece of fabric. So now we have both pieces of fabric. You have this one, which is done, and this one, which we've already turned inside out. So you're going to take this, just put your hands through the bunny ears, and then just put it in there and try to make sure that the edges are aligned. And then now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and keep these areas aligned, and using your sewing clip, put them all together. We're also going to mark an area because we want to make sure that we're able to turn this inside out. So again, we're going to sew this around and just sew everything around, leaving an area to turn this inside out. So we're going to turn this inside out fully. And you want to make sure your bunny ears are fully poked out. And then now we're going to put this back into our bag. That's why it was so important that we align things, because we wouldn't get another chance to do so. So now we have this fully poked out and we have the opening. So I'm going to take that. If you know how to do a ladder stitch, you can. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and just do a quick straight stitch. So for purposes of making this go faster, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick straight stitch. Remember, I use black fabric, black threads, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. And if you want to make it even more crisp and you don't want to iron, you have the option to also create this border around. It gives it a nice finishing look, but you don't have to. So now what I'm going to do is I'll go to my ironing board and I'm going to iron this flat so that everything just sits very flat. And we're almost done.